everyone! So it's time for my Easter video thingy. You know how I love my Easter eggs, so this is the best time of year to make this type of video. I have a whole bunch of videos covering Easter eggs from all of the recent games, but somehow I kind of forgot to do one for Ultra Sun and Moon when they came out. Whoops. And for those of you wondering why I'm not posting this on Easter itself, I'll kindly show you why. Nope, not going there. So, today we're going to be looking at my top 10 favorite Easter eggs in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Moon. Number 10, Rowlet. Rowlet's Pokedex entry in Ultra Moon reads, "It feels relaxed in tight, dark places, and has been known to use its trainer's pocket or bag as a nest." This is referring to Ash's Rowlet, and the way it nests in his backpack. There's even merchandise of it, so it was definitely intentional. Number 9, Lieutenant Serge. Now you probably think I'm gonna say something about Mally Jim, but that's where you'd be wrong. Though it is pretty cool, not gonna lie. So it's no secret that the player character was originally from Kanto. The other characters refer to it a lot. And right at the beginning of the game, you have a signature from one of Kanto's gym leaders in your room. It's a little hard to see, but in the background of the signature, you can make out a picture of the Thunder Badge. The badge of Lieutenant Serge. Huh, he sure is popular in Alola. Number 8, Ace Trainer Arabella. Ultra Sun and Moon have a lot of side quests, one of which involves a message in a bottle that you can find on Ula Ula Beach. This is to be delivered to an Ace Trainer on Mali Cape. Once you've delivered the letter, you find out that it was sent by another Ace Trainer named Arabella. Turns out this is a real trainer that goes all the way back to Heart Gold and Soul Silver. This is probably the most obscure reference I've seen yet, which is what made it so interesting to me. Number 7, the GS Ball. So in the Hey Hey Ferry Terminal, you'll find a pair of NPCs having a discussion about how Pokeballs are made in Johto. They then go on to talk about the GS Ball, the special event item from Gen 2 that you needed to get Celebi. In any case, it's nice to see that the GS Ball in the games has been remembered a lot more fondly than the one in the anime. Number 6, Shady House. It's said that the fireplaces in Shady House are sometimes used by Pokemon as a passage. Well, this seems to ring true, because if you're patient, you might catch a glimpse of one. Which Pokemon would use a fireplace passage anyway? Well, Delibird, of course. With some luck, you'll be able to see the Santa-inspired Pokemon coming down the chimney just like Saint Nick himself would. Number 5, Pikachu Valley. Pikachu Valley is exactly what it sounds like, an area full to the brim of Pikachu. However, if you look hard enough, you can spot a certain intruder. Occasionally, you may see a Mimikyu bobbing around in the background. And then there's the RV. Every time you try to enter it, a Pikachu, or sometimes 3, will come out of it and block your way. Once you've seen over 1,000 of these little guys, the tour guide will stop counting and speculate that the RV is somehow connected to an ultra wormhole. And you can also find Mimikyu here too. It's extremely rare though. I recorded myself going up to the RV for 16 hours before I found one. Well, kind of. I shoved some paper up the D-pad and just let it whirl because I do not have the time or the patience to do that for 16 hours straight. I would not be at all surprised if Mimikyu had the same encounter rate as a shiny hair, because I easily saw over 10,000 Pikachu before finding one. Number 4, Nugget Guy. So I stumbled upon this one in my first playthrough of the game. There's a man also in the Hey Hey Ferry Terminal who gives you a free nugget. Nice of him, but it was his final sentence that kind of caught me off guard. What did you just say? I know this guy. He's from 3 Island. And sure enough, when I went to speak to him again, he talks about how he dug up a ton of nuggets in his homeland of the Sevi Islands and is now just giving them out to everyone. I'm sure we too could all learn a lot from random Nugget Guy. Number 3, Pikachu, Slowpoke, and Pukumuku. In the trainer school, there's a book called The 3 Little Trialgoers. It's a cute book about 3 aspiring trialgoers, Pikachu, Slowpoke, and Pukumuku. The book can go down a few different routes depending on what options you pick. One of the endings reads, "When you're out on your island challenge, gentle reader, perhaps you will see this plucky trio somewhere and smile." Maybe we will. Oh god. Looks like they ended up in Luzamine's cryogenic dungeon. That's horrifying. But that's not all. Our friends are also safe and sound in Pikachu Valley, somehow. Will we ever find out which is the real trio? Number 2, Ultra Space music. It's no surprise that the music in Ultra Space is pretty whack, but there are 2 themes in particular that are hiding something. First, we've got the Ultra Wilds theme. Let's have a listen and then reverse it. Wait, I recognize this. This seems to be a toned down version of the Welcome to Alola theme. That's pretty neat, right? Well, the next one is pretty creepy, so get ready. This one is in Guzzlord's domain, Ultra Ruin. At first glance, it seems like some sort of post-apocalypse city, complete with Guzzlord eating everything in sight, as well as a suspiciously familiar sign. Well, the worst is confirmed when you reverse the creepy music. Yep, that's snippets of Howley City's theme. Maybe not the best idea to bring your Guzzlord there. And number 1, Gamefreak. Gamefreak have self-inserted into every main series game to date in one way or another, but Ultra Sun and Moon's is the most special to me. Like the original Sun and Moon, if you take in a Pokemon originating from one of the Gen 1 Virtual Console releases to Morimoto, he'll talk about his role in the development of the games. For example, how he designed Pokemon like Mew or Diglett. But in the time since Sun and Moon's release, Gold and Silver were also released on the Virtual Console, so in Ultra Sun and Moon, if you take a Pokemon originating from either of these 2 games, you'll get quotes about Gen 2's development. But this is at the top of the list for one quote that you get if you show him a Pokemon originating from Silver. When we were having trouble fitting in all the data for Gold and Silver, and we were really in a pinch, this amazing guy came along and made a program that solved all our problems. He went on to become the amazing president of a real big company soon after that too, which is a very touching homage to Satoru Iwata's role in the Gen 2 games. Game Freak was struggling to cram in all the data for Johto and Kanto all onto one cartridge, but Iwata came and saved the day by creating a compression system that allowed them to do just that. It's thanks to him that Gold and Silver are the incredible games they are. And as Morimoto said, he did go on to become the amazing president of a pretty big company after that, Nintendo. Iwata sadly passed away back in 2015, but he'll be remembered for his immense contribution to the world of Pokemon and the world of gaming as a whole. Thanks, Iwata. So there we go. I was late, but I did do it. The Easter egg series is kind of like version differences in the respect that I want to cover every game in the series, but going backward, I hit a wall with Heart Gold and Soul Silver because they don't really have anywhere near as many secrets and references as the newer games do. Speaking of version differences, it is coming soon-ish. Thank you for being patient, and thank you for all the art! You guys have been going wild drawing my starters, and it almost brings a tear to my eye. Like, this isn't even all of it by any means. Thank you! So, happy Easter! Next week. Bye!